Good morning, Alex. Today, I want to discuss the importance of learning English. How do you feel about the language?
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Well, I know it's important, but sometimes I wonder why it's considered such a crucial skill.
That's a great question, Alex. English is not just a language, it's a global communication tool. Think about it, it's spoken by millions of people around the world. It's the language of business, science, technology, and international relations.
True, but what about those who don't work in those fields? Why is it important for everyone?
Excellent point. English is not just a professional requirement. It's also a key to accessing a vast world of knowledge. The majority of content on the internet, academic research, and literature is in English. By mastering the language, you open doors to information and opportunities that might be otherwise inaccessible.
I guess that makes sense. It's not just about getting a good job, it's about understanding and participating in the global conversation.
Precisely. English is a tool for personal growth and development. It enhances your critical thinking skills, broadens your perspective, and allows you to connect with people from diverse backgrounds.
I never thought about it that way. So, where do I start? How can I truly understand and appreciate the language?
That's a perfect segue to our discussion for tomorrow. Let's focus on the importance today, and tomorrow we'll dive into how you can improve your English skills. Welcome back, Alex. Yesterday, we talked about why learning English is crucial. Today, let's discuss how you can actively work on improving your English skills.
Sounds good, Mr. Johnson. I know practice is essential, but where do I start?
Indeed, practice is key. Start by immersing yourself in the language. Read English books, articles, and newspapers. Watch English movies and TV shows. This exposure helps you get used to the language's rhythm and nuances.
I already watch some English shows, but sometimes I struggle to understand everything.
That's okay. Don't be discouraged. Use subtitles if needed and gradually challenge yourself. The more you expose yourself to the language, the better you'll get at understanding it.
What about speaking? I feel hesitant when it comes to speaking English.
It's normal to feel that way, Alex. Practice speaking as much as possible. Engage in conversations with classmates, join English speaking clubs or language exchange programs. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become.
Any tips on expanding my vocabulary?
Absolutely. Make a habit of learning new words every day. Use flashcards, create a vocabulary journal, or use language learning apps. Also, try to use the words you learn in your daily conversations.
That makes sense. What about grammar?
Grammar is crucial for effective communication. Read grammar books, participate in grammar exercises, and seek feedback on your writing. Writing essays or journaling in English is an excellent way to practice grammar.
I'll definitely try that. It seems like there's a lot to do, but I guess consistency is key.
You've hit the nail on the head, Alex. Consistency is crucial. Set realistic goals, create a study routine, and be patient with yourself. Learning a language is a gradual process, and you'll see improvement over time.
Mr. Johnson, I wanted to thank you for all your guidance. I can't believe how far I've come in improving my English.
You're very welcome, Alex. I'm proud of your progress. Tell me, how did you manage to become so proficient?
Well, it was a combination of everything we discussed. I continued reading, watching English content, and participating in conversations. I even found a language exchange partner, which helped me practice speaking regularly.
That's fantastic to hear. How about writing and grammar?
I started a blog where I write about my experiences and thoughts in English. It not only helped me practice writing, but also allowed me to receive feedback from readers. And for grammar, I consistently did exercises and sought feedback from teachers and peers.
It sounds like you really took the advice to heart and applied it diligently.
Definitely. It wasn't always easy, and there were times when I felt frustrated. But the key was to keep going, stay consistent, and not be afraid to make mistakes. Learning from them was part of the process.
I'm impressed, Alex. Your dedication paid off. How do you feel now about your English proficiency?
I feel much more confident, not just in my ability to communicate, but also in my understanding of the language. It's like I've unlocked a new world of possibilities and knowledge.
That's wonderful to hear. Remember, learning is a lifelong journey, and your commitment to improving your English will continue to open doors for you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and support. Hey, James, have you ever thought about how important it is to learn English?
Absolutely, Sarah. I mean, we're living in a world where English is like the universal language. It opens up so many opportunities.
True. I was just reading an article about how many job postings require English proficiency. It's not just about traveling anymore, it's about career growth too.
Yeah, and think about the internet. Most content is in English. If you're not fluent, you're missing out on a vast pool of information and entertainment.
Plus, it's not just about consuming content. Communication is key in any field. English is like a bridge that connects people from different cultures and backgrounds.
And you know what? It's not just a skill, it's an asset. Employers see it as a valuable trait. It's like having an extra tool in your professional toolbox.
Absolutely, James. But you know, it's not just about the professional aspect. English is also the language of academia. If you want to pursue higher education or research, it's almost a prerequisite.
That's a good point. So, learning English isn't just about ticking a box, it's about opening doors and creating opportunities.
Totally. And I think it's great that we realize this. Now, the next step is figuring out how to improve our English skills.
So, Sarah, now that we've established the importance of learning English, how do we actually go about improving it?
Well, there's the traditional way attending classes or hiring a tutor. But with our busy schedules, that might be a bit challenging.
True. We need something flexible. What about language exchange programs? You know, where you practice English with someone who wants to learn your native language.
That's a brilliant idea, James. It's like killing two birds with one stone. We get to practice English, and we help someone else learn our language.
Also, let's not forget the power of technology. There are so many language learning apps and online platforms. We can set aside a few minutes each day for lessons or interactive activities.
Absolutely. Consistency is key. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, it adds up over time.
And don't underestimate the power of immersion. Watching English movies, listening to English podcasts, or reading English books, it all contributes to improving our language skills.
Oh, and let's not forget about joining English-speaking communities online. Engaging in conversations with native speakers or other learners can be really helpful.
That's a great point, Sarah. It's not just about formal learning, it's about making English a part of our daily lives.
James, I've noticed a significant improvement in your English lately. How did you manage to become so proficient?
Well, it wasn't easy, but it was definitely worth it. Consistency was my mantra. I made sure to incorporate English into my daily routine, whether it was through apps, reading, or watching movies.
That's impressive. Did you face any challenges along the way?
Oh, plenty. There were times when I felt frustrated, especially when I couldn't express myself as clearly as I wanted to. But I learned to embrace those moments as part of the learning process.
That's a great mindset. Did you have any specific strategies that helped you overcome challenges?
I think setting realistic goals was crucial. Instead of overwhelming myself, I focused on small, achievable milestones. And of course, the language exchange program played a significant role. It provided me with real-life conversational practice.
It sounds like you had a well-rounded approach. Any advice for someone just starting their journey to improve English?
Definitely. First and foremost, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's a natural part of learning. Also, find what works best for you, whether it's apps, books, or language exchange programs. And most importantly, stay patient and consistent.
Wise words, James. I'm inspired to take my English skills to the next level. It's clear that dedication and the right approach can lead to success.
Absolutely, Sarah. Learning a language is a journey, and the key is to enjoy the process. Before you know it, you'll be amazed at how far you've come.
Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend.
Good afternoon, Sarah. How have you been since our last appointment?
Honestly, doctor, not great. The pain in my lower back just won't let up, and I've been feeling unusually tired lately.
I'm sorry to hear that, Sarah. Let's delve into your symptoms and see if we can get a clearer picture. When did the back pain start?
About 3 months ago. It started as a dull ache, but now it's this constant throbbing pain.
Have you noticed any patterns or triggers for the pain?
It seems to get worse after I've been sitting for a while. Also, lifting heavy things makes it unbearable.
That information is valuable. We'll run some tests to determine the cause. In the meantime, have there been any changes in your daily routine or stress levels?
Well, work has been quite demanding lately, and my daughter is preparing for her exams. So, stress levels are definitely higher than usual.
Stress can indeed manifest physically. It's crucial to address both the physical and emotional aspects. We'll work on managing stress while investigating the root cause of your back pain. Now, about fatigue, how would you describe it?
It's like a constant cloud hanging over me. I wake up tired, and no amount of sleep seems to make a difference.
Fatigue can be a symptom of various underlying issues. We'll need to explore this further. Are there any other symptoms you've noticed?
Not really. Just some occasional headaches, but I thought it was because of the stress.
We'll consider that as well. Let's order a comprehensive set of tests to rule out any potential medical conditions. In the meantime, I'd like you to keep a symptom diary, noting when the pain is most intense and any activities or factors that seem to influence it.
Sure, doctor. I just want to get to the bottom of this and start feeling like myself again.
1 week later.
Sarah, thank you for joining me outside the clinic. I find that a change of scenery can sometimes make these conversations more comfortable. Now, let's talk about your test results.
I've been anxious about this. What did the test show?
The good news is that we've ruled out some serious concerns like fractures or tumors. However, your blood work revealed a vitamin D deficiency, which could be contributing to your fatigue and musculoskeletal issues.
Vitamin D? I never thought of that.
It's more common than you might think, especially with our modern lifestyles. Lack of exposure to sunlight and certain dietary habits can lead to deficiencies. I'll prescribe a vitamin D supplement and recommend some dietary changes.
That doesn't sound too bad. What about the back pain?
The tests also showed signs of inflammation in your joints. It could be indicative of an early-stage arthritis condition. We'll refer you to a rheumatologist for further evaluation. In the meantime, physical therapy can help manage the pain and improve your mobility.
Arthritis? I didn't expect that.
Early detection allows for better management and quality of life. We'll work closely with the specialist to tailor a treatment plan that suits your needs. Additionally, I'd like you to continue keeping track of your symptoms and any changes you notice.
I appreciate your thoroughness, doctor. It's reassuring to have a plan in place.
A few months later.
Welcome back, Sarah. How have you been since our last visit?
Much better, doctor. The vitamin D supplements and dietary changes have made a noticeable difference in my energy levels. And the physical therapy is helping with the back pain.
I'm delighted to hear that. Your commitment to the treatment plan is crucial to your recovery. Let's review your symptom diary and see if there have been any patterns or improvements. It's excellent that you've been keeping track. It helps us make informed decisions about your care. I can see some positive trends here.
Yes, the pain isn't as constant, and I've noticed more flexibility in my joints.
That's promising. Now, let's discuss your emotional well-being. How have you been managing stress?
I've started incorporating meditation and short breaks during work. It's made a significant difference in how I handle stress.
That's fantastic, Sarah. Addressing both the physical and emotional aspects of your health is crucial for overall well-being. As we continue with the current plan, I'd also like to explore any emotional support you may need. Sometimes, counseling or support groups can be beneficial in managing chronic conditions.
That's something I hadn't considered. But you're right, it's not just about the physical aspects.
Exactly. We're here for your holistic health. I can provide you with resources and recommendations for support groups or counseling services if you're open to it.
I appreciate your thorough approach, doctor. It's reassuring to have a healthcare professional who cares about more than just the symptoms.
Good morning, Mrs. Johnson. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I've been better, doctor. I've been having these persistent headaches and feeling unusually tired lately.
I see. How long have you been experiencing these symptoms?
It's been about 3 weeks now. At first, I thought it was just stress from work, but it hasn't gotten any better despite resting.
Have you noticed any other changes or symptoms accompanying the headaches and fatigue?
Well, sometimes I feel a bit dizzy, and I've been having trouble concentrating. And my appetite hasn't been the same either. I've been eating less than usual.
Those are significant symptoms. I'd like to do a thorough examination to better understand what might be causing them. Would you be comfortable with that?
Yes, of course, doctor. I just want to get to the bottom of this and start feeling better.
After conducting a physical examination and reviewing the patient's medical history,
Based on your symptoms and the results of the examination, there are a few potential causes we need to consider. One possibility is migraines, given your description of the headaches and associated symptoms.
Migraines? I've never had them before. What else could it be?
Another possibility is anemia, which can cause fatigue, dizziness, and a decreased appetite, all of which you've mentioned. We'll need to run some blood tests to check your iron levels.
Anemia? That sounds serious. Could it be anything else?
It's important to consider all possibilities. Your symptoms could also be indicative of thyroid issues or even a neurological condition. However, we won't jump to conclusions until we have more information.
I understand, doctor. What do we do next?
I'd like to start with the blood tests to rule out anemia and check your thyroid function. Depending on those results, we may need to conduct further tests, such as an MRI or CT scan, to investigate any neurological concerns.
All right, doctor. Whatever it takes to figure out what's going on.
several days later, after receiving the results of the blood tests,
Mrs. Johnson, I have the results of your blood tests. It appears that your iron levels are lower than normal, indicating that you have iron deficiency anemia.
Anemia? Is that what's been causing all these symptoms?
Yes, it's likely contributing to your fatigue, headaches, and other symptoms. The good news is that it's a condition we can treat. I'm going to prescribe an iron supplement for you to take daily, and we'll monitor your progress closely.
Thank you, doctor. I'm relieved to finally have an explanation for what's been going on.
You're welcome, Mrs. Johnson. Remember, if you have any concerns or notice any new symptoms while you're on the medication, don't hesitate to contact me.
several weeks later, during a follow-up appointment,
How have you been feeling since starting the iron supplement, Mrs. Johnson?
Much better, doctor. The headaches have decreased significantly, and I have much more energy than before.
I'm glad to hear that. It's important to continue taking the supplement as prescribed to replenish your iron stores fully. We'll schedule another blood test in a few months to monitor your progress.
Absolutely, doctor. Thank you for your care and support throughout this process.
You're welcome, Mrs. Johnson. Remember, your health is our top priority, and I'm here to help in any way I can.
I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend.